All right, positive energy all the time. We got Richmond in the building. Rep your city, represent your city. It's always good to give your city, your state too, if you want to. A big old shout out. Everybody on Facebook, I'm representing Chicago, Illinois. Everybody on Twitch, everybody on Kick, everybody on YouTube. Let's get it going. Good to see you. Glad you made it, Gerald. Buffalo, New York is in the building. And we got Cleveland in the building. We got Baltimore in the house. Come on in and rep your city. We got Los Angeles in the house. Represent your city. We got Chicago in the building. And what the hell is going on? It's hard to keep up with all this stuff. You know that, right? So now we got the Birthright Citizenship going on and the birth tourist. We got birth tourism. You can't make this up. What the heck? Birth tourism going on. You can't make this up. Seriously. Unbelievable. You can't make this up. I tell you, man, they trying to scam any which way they can. They trying to scam any way they can. It's crazy. It really is off the chain. We're going to talk about it. If it's not one mess, it's another. And they're trying to stop the president from stopping it, which I don't know. It's like we got some spies or something in this country. Salute, salute. They're actually trying to stop him from stopping people dumping babies over here. I think Trump said one dude came, Trump might say anything, so I don't know if this is that factual, but he said one dude came with like 90-something babies and claimed them and dumped them. They come, they get these babies some kind of way, and they go back and they collect money on them in another country. Yeah. Yeah. There are millions of American citizenship living in China collecting many U.S. benefits that were born through birth tourism. So they come over and had a baby and take it back, and the baby collected money. And there's people in the government stopping Trump from shutting it off. It's got, you know what? At Urban Talk, thank you. You are always providing great information. You're a big help. I'm going to have to make you a mod because you are really on top of it. You're one of the best over here. That's for sure. You bring the information, make my job easier. I tell you, you cannot make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. And it's like, I'm not sure. The Democrats are not looking good. I could say that. The Democrats aren't looking good. I ain't gonna lie. The Democrats, good to see you, Southern Breeze. The Democrats are not looking good. I kid you not. Trump's looking better and better. Imagine that. Trump, I'm starting to like Trump. Ain't that something else? I'm starting to like Trump. What y'all think about that? That's messed up, ain't it? That ain't messed up. I'm starting to like Trump. He's doing a good job, actually. I mean, he's doing some stuff a little crazy, like the war and stuff. It's a little, but I definitely appreciate the immigration enforcement. I ain't gonna, lie. Yeah. 1 minute you like him, yeah, Lee. Uh, I don't know what to say about dude. Uh, yeah, I'm struggling with that. Yeah, I like him a little bit. I don't know what to say about him. I like him a little bit. And I don't like him a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, I like him a little bit, then I don't like him a little bit. I don't know what to say about that whole situation. I kid you not. I like him a little bit, and I don't like him a little bit. It's a bit confusing. I like him a little bit, and I don't like him a little bit. Make it make some sense. Am I the only one? The Democrats got to go. I ain't. The Democrats, you know you bad. You know you're pretty bad when you know you're pretty bad when you make us like Trump. When you make us like Trump, you're pretty bad. I kid you not. So I've been trying to figure out what is this stuff all about. This tourism, birth tourism, and all of that. And it's a real mess. No kidding. It is a mess. It's a real mess. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about the country, the state that the country is in. Yeah, it is. It is. In my opinion, like does not come into play. The policies being enacted are of concern as most not beneficial. Yeah, he say both needs to go. The question be, are we going to ever get anybody decent? Because it's really not looking like it. To be honest with you, it doesn't look like we're going to get anybody decent anytime soon. But this situation is absolutely crazy. Now, President Trump signed executive orders targeting birthright citizenship and commercial birth tourism on August 6, 2026. This followed a June 30 Supreme Court ruling that reaffirmed broad constitutional birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment. The new actions seek to deny visas for birth tourism and limit citizenship for specific historical exceptions. And so these people are coming over here on a trip, but some kind of way dump having a bunch of babies become citizens. Yeah, they coming over here and they run the game on the system and they go back and all these babies be citizens, be American citizens, but living in another country. That's the birth tourism. I got to look into it more. I'm not sure how it's working. Then you got birthright citizenship, where they coming over here and they come while they pregnant, pretending they coming to Disneyland or whatever, have a baby, and the baby become a citizen. And so now they got to turn all that back. And then what it looks like the other side. I believe the Democratic Party is infiltrated with foreigners. They got birthing hotels, all Chinese. So they need to go. They need to go bust them. They need to bust them. But I believe there are foreign entities in the Democratic Party. It looks like the Democratic Party is controlled by foreign entities. Look at the mayor of New York. He looks like a plant. Where he come from some country and end up the mayor of New York. Mandani, his daddy from over in India somewhere, and he just comes over here and he just becomes the mayor of New York, because what they're doing is they're getting all the people they're smuggling in to vote for them. So you smuggle in a bunch of people, foreigners, then you run a foreigner, and then the foreigners go vote for the foreigner. Bobby, that's crazy, ain't it? They're sneaking a bunch of foreigners over here. Then a foreigner come and they all vote for the foreigner, and it's like a takeover. They've been doing it, but now they got to the point where they got so many of them over here, they're affecting voting and everything. I ain't lying. President Trump signed 2 executive orders on Thursday in a new but narrow attempt to curtail birthright citizenship, once again challenging a provision of the U.S. Constitution, even though the Supreme Court rejected his previous effort. Limiting birthright citizenship has been one of the top priorities in the Republican president's crackdown on immigration, with the White House taking particular aim at what is called birth tourism, in which pregnant foreigners travel to the U.S. to give birth. The Center for Immigration Studies, which supports lower levels of immigration, estimated in an analysis in 2020 that between 20,000 and 25,000 mothers came to the U.S. for birth tourism in a year-long period between 2016 and 2017. There were 3.6 million birthers in the U.S. in 2025. The executive orders also limited the rights of children born to foreign government employees in the U.S. and children of people who are classified as alien enemies. So government officials in other countries are sending people over here to have their babies. The executive order also limited the rights of children born of foreign government employees in the U.S. and children of people who are classified as alien enemies. The orders could also affect people born in the U.S. territories. Should Congress enact a proposed law to end automatic citizenship there? Trump's new orders are likely to face legal challenge. Legal experts said it was unclear what effect the executive orders might have given the Supreme Court ruling, while immigrant advocates call it an attempt to evade the High Court's decision. The ACLU predicted it was doomed to fail in court. The ACLU need to be arrested, and the immigrant advocates need to be arrested because they got to be spies. They got to be. Because how is you standing up supporting something that undermines the entire country? These different organizations have been totally infiltrated. Estimates place birth tourism in the United States at roughly 5,000 to 26,000 births annually, accounting for less than 1% of the total U.S. births. While giving birth on U.S. soil is not inherently illegal under the 14th Amendment, federal authorities target the practice by prosecuting visa fraud when mothers lie to consular office about their intent to travel. Frequency and scope, annual volume. Researchers and organizations like the Migration Policy Institute estimate between 5,000 and 26,000 cases per year. Proportion. These births represent roughly 0.3 to less than 1% of the 36 million total annual U.S. births. That's still money we don't want to pay. We ain't feeding them and paying for them. Demographic historically involves families from various countries utilizing specialized short-term housing or maternity hotels. Make some sense. Trump should go one step further and turn away any tourist that's past her first trimester so their visa stay in America will expire before they give birth. You are 100% correct. Now I know why this is happening. And this is something they don't want to talk. You know why this is happening? Because the United States ain't been watching nobody but foundational Black Americans. That's why there's so many Haitians over here. That's why there's so many Black immigrants over here. That's why there's so many Asian immigrants, Hispanic immigrants, all kind of crooks and thieves and spies and everything. Because the only people that the United States government been watching and harassing and arresting and following is us. That's why. Because they spend so much money keeping us down. That's why all of this is happening. I'm going to tell you, I know why it's happening. Because they spend all their resources fighting us. And that's going to be their downfall. They looking at us, looking at that, and their enemy, come on, and their enemy running in there like a thousand. I'm telling you, all this is happening because they spent all their money trying to keep the Black man down. Because if they keep the Black man down, they automatically keep the Black woman down. They even spend money to put her in a position that keeps us down. Sure do. They got her unwillingly keeping us down. She don't even know it. I'm telling you. That's what it's gonna stop. It's gonna stop because their whole deck of cards is gonna fall. It's definitely gonna stop. And I ain't gonna lie. I think the first president that know that is Trump. I believe Trump know that. Yep. I believe he know that. I believe Donald Trump knows that. Because I think he's like brutally honest. He looked like the kind of guy that'll say to them white people, that's because we keep watching the blacks. He looked like he a fool. He looked like he would say that right there. We spending too money. We spending too much time watching the blacks and these other people. We need to watch these other people. He said it's for the babies of slaves. It ain't for y'all. That's what he said. This was for black people. This ain't not for y'all. He said it straight out. The way he said it, the one thing I like about Trump is he's so bullheaded, he don't give a damn about no way. They gonna have to leave us alone. They gonna have to leave us alone. They're gonna have to get our help because the environment is shot. You see Washington, the state of Washington on fire. The whole place is gonna catch on fire. The whole place gonna, unless they get in some other minds to help them think outside the box, they ain't gonna be able to control this country. You gotta bring in other minds. You have to. You see the war over there in Iran? You see they got the battleship falling apart. It's raggedy, holes in it. They ain't got enough food for the sailors. Because America been partying and bullshit. Like Biggie said in the song. And nothing is really up to par. That's for real. Americans think it's up to par. But how you got a warship over there raggedy and no food for the sailor they got no food for the military over there right now in that war. If Donald Trump, I've been saying this, give black Americans reparations, it'll be the greatest thing happening in this country and who knows since when. It will stimulate the whole country, including whites. Whites don't know how much they'll benefit. Yeah, he said the 14th Amendment was meant for the babies of slaves. I've seen him say it. Yeah, they don't hardly got no food on them big old naval ships over there. When the ships is one of the ships they say is raggedy, the men is complaining. Because nobody really been mining the store and they just been wasting the money partying. They've been wasting the money. The politicians been taking the money, jagging it off. They ain't put no money back into the country. That's a fact. And so you just sit back and it looked like under the Trump administration, it looked like he got in there and they start looking at everything and they're like, what the hell? This is a mess. What, the ship's raggedy? Are you kidding me? What, this don't work? Are you kidding me? It's like nobody been doing no upkeep. The immigrants been robbing this country blind. The Asian ones, the black ones, been robbing this country. taking everything they can get. That's why so many Africans over here, so many Asians over here, stealing, freebies, able to pretend. Look, they got all them Indians over here. They had fake doctor's degrees. I'll be talking about that tonight. Boy, you can't make all this stuff up. I'm sitting here, my head been spinning. I got to talk about all this crazy. This is the craziest stuff I ever had to talk about. I've been on YouTube a long time. I got to talk about fake doctors. Then sent over thousands and thousands of fake degrees. You cannot make this up. I ain't lying. Y'all gonna fall out. Hey, the doctor ain't even no doctor. People been going to doctors that ain't doctors. You know what kind of rabbit hole that's finna open? When they find out all these doctors ain't really had no degree. You know how much lawsuits that is? You know how people be like, oh, that's why my daddy died. That's why my daddy died. That's why my uncle didn't get good care. What? You know damn well them Nigerians ain't no real doctors. See how them Nigerians been bragging? We come to America, we be doctors. Ah, okay, I bet you do. Because you know them and the Indians is scamming the whole Africa. You understand? What is you talking about? Hold on. Oh, this is the weirdo. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Can't nobody believe nothing you say. You know, you think I'm gonna believe anything you say? Bro, I can't believe nothing you say. I just wish I knew your address. I'll send ice over there right now. Yeah, I'll send ice right over there to you. Keep on playing. You're gonna get deported because you definitely a spy or something. You something negative because you trolling around watching government stuff, making weird statements. You know what I'm saying? You mighty suspicious. Everything you say go against the government too. So a lot of these people got fake degrees, doctors. That mean engineers. Oh, it's a whole rabbit hole. It's a no wonder service ain't no good. None of the people are really professionals. Let that sink in. Imagine a fake doctor. Imagine a fake surgeon. Man, that get crazy. And these people been walking around like, oh, we do better than black people the whole time. You ain't even no real doctor. And I ain't trying to disrespect, but the Nigerians is the king of scams. I know that a lot of Nigerian doctors got them fake degrees. They always brag. We come over here, we become doctors. I bet you do. I bet you do become okay. I bet you do become doctors. That's gonna open up a whole can of worms. Because if you got fake doctors, you got fake nurses, you got fake dentists, and a whole bunch of fake stuff. Are you really a professional contractor? Because they ain't going to just sell those fake degrees, they're going to sell every fake degree. We're going to come to find out a lot of these professionals, they ain't even that. Just let that sink in. Somebody living in a real nice house, living good with a profession they didn't really go to school for and don't know what they're doing. Once again, because all America do is watch the black man. That's why. That's why. That's the main concern, scared of us. The white man in America is so scared of us, he letting his other enemies creep right up behind him. I'm telling you. Why you thinking we an enemy? We ain't even that fool's enemy. His real enemy creeping right up behind him. He watching me. Like, dude, I ain't even your damn enemy, fool. I'm telling you, that's why the country going down. They watching the wrong people. They spending too much money on the wrong people. I bet you everything. I bet you if we get the books and look at the books on how much money they wasting on prison and stuff and trying to make us be prisoners and all that. And I've been saying this. They sinking all this money over here. Let's say 1 year they spend 2 billion to keep us down. On the back end, they losing 5 billion. So when it's all done, they wondering why the books ain't coming up right. They're like, well, we spent 2 billion to keep them down. We should be doing good because we keeping them down so we can get some money. But when they look at the books, they're like, well, we still 5 billion down. What's going on? Okay, spend another 2 billion, keep them down. We should see it in our pocket. They spent another 2 billion to keep black Americans down. They look at their books, they still short. They can't figure it out. We stopping the black folks from getting money. Where is the money? Why we not getting the money they not getting? Because while you're over here looking at me, somebody over there snaking you for 10 times what you cheated me out of. When you could have gave us our reparations and we would have stood on these Indians and these Chinese and stuff. Let me tell you something. It's a fact. All this scamming in the United States, if they gave foundational black Americans high positions, it wouldn't be all that scamming wouldn't be going on. All you would have to do was bust the foundational black Americans that be scamming and separate the sheep from the wolves. And once you do that, I bet you wouldn't be no scamming or none of that. I'm telling you. Because you couldn't just come over here and be no Chinaman talking about you doing all this stuff. You had to show me some paperwork, Miss Ching Chong. Hold on, Ching Chong. You were what? How we know this is real paperwork? Donnie, come look at this. He say he a surgeon. Oh no. We gonna have to check your paperwork. No, you can't start work today. Not until we verify you. Okay? Had me at the airport. I bet you wouldn't be leaving with no baby. Hey, come here, lady. What you got? Where you get them babies from? Okay, detain her. If she didn't come in here with no babies, lock her ass up. See, I know how to stop that. Just don't let them leave with no babies. They'll stop doing that. Yeah, you come over here, sneak around and have it. But as soon as you come back, get ready to leave, we locking you up. We locking you and the baby up. You want to be a mother so bad, that baby gonna be right in the cell with you, playing with Pharaoh on my soul. This what they get for hating on us. They scamming millions and millions and millions of dollars daily. But don't want to give us reparations. Look, some years ago, I was part of a panel that interviewed an Indian guy over Zoom for the remote job. And the guy who started working was different than the one in the interview. Company fired him. See? Hell yeah, I throw that baby in jail. Right there and give you what you need to take care of it. And you're going to work to get that. You're going to work in this jail and you're going to get your baby food and shit. Because if you don't go hard, they're going to keep playing. Why you think they come over here and do it? Because if they do it over there, shoot, you know what they're going to do to them if they catch them scamming over there? So it ain't. So they need to know it's the same over here. It can't be like harsh penalties over there and soft over here. You encouraging it. How you gonna be soft when people would come from somewhere where it's hard? I ain't seen it, but I wouldn't put it past them. The Nigerians and Somalians are scamming Native Americans with drug treatment programs for billions of dollars. That's all they do. That's all they do. America was so busy hating on black Americans. Like I said again, all America had to do was invest in Americans. If they would have did that 30 years ago, 40 years ago, they could have been like, listen, you have some babies, we'll give you some money to make sure you had them babies. They could have raised their own doctors, their own lawyers. They wouldn't have to hire all these foreigners. But no, they wanted to be cheap and get Americans not to have no babies. I've been saying this forever. You can't do shit if you ain't got no babies. That's why I'm telling the young black man. He talking about he don't want to have no babies. I'm like, bro, your whole kingdom gonna be trash if you don't got no babies. Babies is body, babies is money. They making you think babies is no money. No, babies is money. Period. I don't think so. I don't think I don't think Donald Trump like Israel. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't believe he like the Prime Minister of Israel. I'm telling you, he don't like dude. I think Trump gonna snake dude and take Gaza himself. I don't believe Trump like dude. He don't act like he like him. Trump act like he like the leader of Israel, y'all? No. Not to me. He looked like he playing like he like her. He don't look like he like dude. Not to me. Them Republicans don't like no Israel. They're watching all of them Israelis in the United States government. They're gonna get them Israelis out that United States government. Watch. Because the United States government is infiltrated with Israelis. They letting them people have dual citizenship and be politicians. It should be illegal for you to be a politician and have dual citizenship. For real. You should not be able to have no dual citizenship and be no politician. You really shouldn't be able to have dual citizenship, period. Which country you belong to, man. You can't belong to two countries. You know what I'm saying? See, that whole concept don't make no sense. How you gonna have, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna have dual citizenship? How you gonna have citizenship in China and Italy? Like, bro, is you with Italy or is you with China? Because back in the day, they would have called that a spy. That's what they would have called you. They would have called you a spy. You want dual citizenship? You a spy. You trying to play both sides. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the white man ain't been using his number one ally. See, if he would have put us in there, we would have told him that. We'd be like, look, all these people got dual citizenship. They spies. Kick them to the curb. You want to have the strongest government in the world? Put the white man and the black man together, and your government be great. You got to have both of them. They don't understand that. White people don't understand that. You got to get the black people in there. We would have never let none of this happen. Ain't none of this, all this would have got nipped in the bud. I'm trying, they couldn't have read none of that. You think I'm lying? You trying to come over here and have some babies and leave? You and them babies going to prison. You and them babies going to prison. Because one thing, boy, about me, I'm scared the bejeebies out of them. Yeah, I make an announcement. You Chinese been come over here playing with us. The next one come over here try to have some babies. You're going to prison. You'll never make it back to China. And every Chinese that come here, we running you through a system. You got to get triple searched and all your paperwork. And, you know what I'm saying? You ain't just walking up in here, ching chong, on my soul. Y'all trying to come up here and sneak and have babies and dump babies over here. And I'll tax China. China keep huffing and puffing. And I'll tax them. You know you can't trust them because they got too many people. They can't feed all them Chinese people. Man, you got places in China look like hellholes. Don't let them fool you. Man, you got places in China, right, where it's just some Chinese working and it's just factories and it's just pollution everywhere. They don't show you those pictures. Man, they got dirty little cities with factories with pollution everywhere. And like millions of people in a area with just factories and smoke and pollution in China. I'm telling you, look it up. China got some people over there living like slaves. Them pictures they be showing you, that's the China they want you to see. They ain't showing you the bogus China. Man, they got some cities over there You wouldn't believe it. Hey, man. Hey, man. The white man in America, he done went to sleep behind the wheel. And all he be worried about is the black man. That's going to be his downfall. Because he ain't in tune with nature. He just all out of pocket. He just all out of pocket. I'm going to tell you, he don't know what he doing. He all out of pocket. He don't get no other opinion. And they let them people come in and they have how many babies and send how much money over to them countries. Let them rob the country like that. You know what I'm saying? The Chinese brutal. And you know how they was able to do that? With the cash society failure. They transferring push button money transfers. It's gonna be their downfall. Boy, you gotta go back to cash. Anytime you can push money and clear out accounts, how that's smart. Like, how is it smart to have digital money, man? They think they so smart, they dumb. Why would you want push button money? Why would you want hackable money? Make it make some sense. Why would you want cashless society that's hackable? With cash, they got to actually physically do a robbery. That's harder. With all this digital, money just gone. You know, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with these people, y'all, but I just wanted to tell y'all that the update on this is going to be crazy. They got people having 50 babies, claiming 50 babies, and all type of crazy stuff. I'm like, 50 babies, 90? I think they said to do it, claim 90 babies or 100 babies. You know what I'm saying? You can't make this stuff up, man. Look at this news and then look at the fake degrees all right now. Thousands fake degrees, man. I've been told them that, bro. Listen, Tamara, I told people that when they went to the Bitcoin. I said you're gonna lose your money. I told them that. I told him that. He said thousands of people lost their Bitcoin valued at 63,000 each. I bet they did. Push button money, bro. Push button money. Push button money. I'm telling you. Push button money. And they won't let the people that can help them help them. They won't. They're ruining the environment, the economy, everybody's health, and everything. They destroy every walk of life. They are destroying. I'm telling you right now. America on fire right now. Europe on fire right now. And the natural disasters in Asia and Africa, they don't even want to post it. They don't even want to tell you. They don't even want to tell you the natural disasters because they don't want to scare you. All over the world, it's bad. They try to keep it quiet. It's like 4 countries on fire up in Europe. First they had all that hot weather, and now it caught on fire. Spain and all of them is on fire right now. Right now. Greece, Spain, and one other one on flaming fire, and the fourth one catching on fire. Then the Northwest on fire. Washington, Spokane, the city of Spokane is surrounded by fire. Right now, are we talking? They tripping. They don't know what to do. 3 or 4 states over there on fire. This whole thing is collapsing right in front of your face. At the end of the day, bruh, for black people, the best thing for us to do is just do what we do and sit still, because the way it's set up, we're going to be protected anyway. So if we make any haste move, we'll run into the problem. So let's say the Most High, you right here, and the Most High trying to put a circle around you, protect you, but you done ran out the circle. You know what I'm saying? You done ran out your protection. You know, all we got to do is just be righteous and wait it out. That's it. Because the one thing we got, because the best way to maneuver is at the last minute. And guess which people on the planet is the best moving at the last minute? The black ones. And guess who's the best one out the black ones? FBA. We the best one with the maneuver. ICE personnel have been instructed not to take enforcement action against Haitians with the expired TPS for now. Yeah, they got. Why do they keep changing the date? They keep changing the date because I've been telling them they not throwing out all the Haitians. They throwing out some of them. Then a lot of them then ran already, right? So it don't make no sense to go in and try to arrest people not there. They booked. They gone. They gone, bro. They gone. So they can't go grab nobody because there's nobody there to grab. Man, they left. So that's why they got to change the day, because they got to find out who's here and who's not. Man, people gone. Them people was, hey, Tamarick, them people wasn't going to sit here and wait. They wasn't going to sit here and wait for you to come get them. They zoom. Canada, here we come. Zoom. Yeah, they gone. I've been watching videos, dudes like, none of my employees came to work. None of my employees came to work. None of my employees came to work. They gone. They keep calling them Haitians. Them black folks, they gone. Black folks say, you can't tell black folks, we gonna come get you Thursday. You know, they went and told them Haitians, we gonna come get y'all. Come on, man. Come on, man. Them is black folks. They like, oh, come get who? We up. Bro, they gone. I knew that. I just didn't want to put no spoiler out there and tell everybody. I didn't want to tell their business. Everybody know I'm super black. Why y'all think I was dissing the Asians like that? I was making the Haitians pay for their insubordination. I already knew they ain't grabbing no Haitians. They black. They not finna be there. I didn't want to say nothing because if they finna run, I ain't finna snitch. So I had to come over here and play like, yeah, the Haitians. I had to play, I had to go along with the plan. But I've been know they gone, bro. They not grabbing no Haitians, bro. However many Haitians was here, it's only a third of them left. That's a fact. They is gone. It ain't that many over here no more. Come on, would you be here? No, they out. They gone. They gone. Haitians is gone. When they go to Ohio, it ain't gonna be nobody there, bruh. See, when I be on the internet, I gotta work my number. I can't. I be trying to give y'all a lot of information, but I gotta leave out the snitching. So my information be, I can't say everything. I couldn't tell. I couldn't get on here and tell y'all, yeah, the Haitians bogus, this and that, but they gone anyway. I couldn't say that. I couldn't snitch on them. I don't want to worry about them damn Haitians. They ain't gonna get nothing but a few of them. Right. That's why I had to. I couldn't say everything, bro. I couldn't say everything, so that's why I just let the Haitians think I was hating on them, which I was. They on some bullshit. We ain't no dirty black Americans. Trump was pissed that the Somalis were switched up on the Haitians. Not really, because the Somalians ran too. But the reason he went for the Haitians was they was grabbing everybody. And then when they went to New York and them Haitians was fighting back, that's what made them move the Haitians up. If them Haitians wouldn't have fought the police in New York, they wouldn't have moved them up. But they stopped fighting with ICE, so they moved them up. But the problem was in Ohio, there's still a lot of whites there, and the Haitians was making the white people uncomfortable. The Haitians weren't moving right. That's why I had to get on the Haitians case. Like you can't go to no country, you got to still move a certain way, or they gonna throw your ass out. And the Haitians came, and they didn't move right. Just like in the '70s, when the Jamaicans came, they didn't move right. They almost all gone. They had to bring in some the younger ones coming up. But all the Jamaicans I came up with in Chicago, they all Chucky, all them, they got deported because they got up here and they didn't move right. They didn't move right. When you go to a country like that, you can't be from your country. You gotta blend in. You can't go and have no Jamaican flags and a Jamaican spot. You can't do that. They should have just been here and just chilled with all the Jamaican shit. And then doing crimes too. How you gonna be Jamaican and selling a bunch of ganja and bad boy and all that? They bad boy themselves right up out of here because my brethren got deported. Rest in peace, Chucky. They threw Chucky out. They threw Boof out. Boof produced a couple songs for me. Played the keyboards, to blaze it up. Dun, 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 dun. Boof made that for me. They threw Boof ass out of here. I think his son's still here though, because they was doing too much. L.A. they was doing too much. Jamaicans was doing too much. They don't be blending in. And then they be beefing with black Americans. Dumb as hell. Dumb. Why would you get on thing and say dirty black Americans, you know what I'm saying, and out yourself like that and go viral and your people on temporary status? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you could be mean to this person, but you got something going on, and because you mean to this person, then this side come and show up because you got other stuff going on. So you gotta be careful how you be functioning out here, because if you do bad over here, then you got issues over there that'll pop up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, too much like negative energy, especially when you're traveling or when you move somewhere from another country. You know, when you move somewhere for another country, you got to do the 3 generation rule. But they don't understand that. Time go faster than what they think. So when you're an immigrant and go somewhere, you got to lay low that first generation. Second generation got to lay low. Then the third generation is the one could pop out. But that first and second generation got to lay low. It's always been like that. They got to lay low. They can't be getting no attention. Just shut up, go to work, come home, enjoy life. Don't be putting no flags on you. Listen, if I move to Africa right now, right? Am I going to put a U.S. flag on my car? Look, man, on my soul, my daughter was doing a rap show in Florida. Me and my cousin, because he a police, he could carry weapons on the plane. He shipped the weapons. We get to Florida. Boom, we at the airport. She pull up at the airport in Florida, Miami, Florida. When she pull up and I see her car, you know how license plate is? Chicago. You can't make this up. I went crazy. That fool, her license plate says Chicago. I'm saying, and she end up going to the feds, catching some cases that they kind of threw out. Don't listen to daddy. So it just ain't different countries, different states too, different cities. Why would you go to Miami and have a license plate say Chicago? Why would you go somewhere and got on Jamaican clothes? It's anywhere. It's not just Florida. Anywhere. It don't matter. It don't got to be Florida. You can't come. You don't go nowhere. You don't go to Nebraska and let nobody. You have to be an unidentified moving object. You don't ever want to be identified. Never. Never. You just want to be a car. You don't go in your car, say Ohio, say Cincinnati. It don't matter where you go. You do not go to no other country doing your culture in another country. You asking for it. You asking for it. Gotta keep that on a low. That's why Jamaicans get thrown out everywhere they go, because they come with them Jamaican flags, like dumbasses. Marrying an immigrant woman, be careful you could get used. I mean, you know, it all depends on the circumstances. You know what I'm saying? When you first come, you got your plate, you fine, but you got to get that off of there. That's my point. That girl had a license plate said Chicago, and they marked her out too. Yeah, they marked her ass out. You want to get money, you don't want to get attention. If the attention ain't business, what is it? That's why, okay? Starbucks. That's how they getting attention for Starbucks. You want to get attention for business, but you don't want to get no attention. Attention is bad. In some cases, you can't help it. You're a Chinaman, you here from China, but you gotta lay low. You can't be tripping. You gotta be smooth. Wearing all them Haitian, putting all them Haitian flags on your car, all them African flags and all that. You gotta be out your damn man. Ain't no way I'm going to Africa with no USA nothing, no Chicago nothing, no nothing. I don't want nobody to see my car and mark me with my car. And you definitely don't want to get out of line. That's what happened with the Haitians. They went too far. But it's going to be the next year. And then if the Republicans win, oh man, it's going to be rough on immigrants in the United States. It's going to be rough if you're an immigrant. It's going to be rough because they're going to try to get immigrants out of here. Yeah, they're going to try to get you out of here. If you don't acclimate and you don't become an American, they're going to try to get you out of here. I don't blame them because you can't go no country and stay no other country. To me, it's disrespectful. You come to America, but you want to be a Nigerian. Should have stayed your monkey ass in Nigeria. Ain't nobody gonna respect that. You ever see somebody talk about where they come from? They're obnoxious, ain't it? Even if it's another city or wherever. You ever been around somebody in one area and they come from another area and they be basically letting you know they came from another area? They obnoxious, ain't they? Because it don't make no sense what you here for. It's just common sense. What you here for? Remember I said it first, in about 3 or 4 years, you ain't gonna see no whole bunch of identifying nothing. People gonna take that shit down. Watch. They gonna be like, okay, we gotta stop doing this. We don't want nobody to know nothing what we is. You know what I'm saying? It's bad enough for black people. Our skin give us away. See, white people could just be white, but we always black. That's bad enough. Why would you want to be black, one stripe, then a Haitian on you, like a dumbass? You know what I'm saying? Jamaican on you, all of this. You know what I'm saying? If I came here, I'd bury my accent and everything. I wouldn't let nobody know I'm no Haitian or no Jamaican. Ain't no way. I wouldn't. I'd be trying to talk as American as possible. And I'll be lying. They say, where you from? I'll be like, I'm from Cincinnati. I would not tell you where I'm from. On my soul, I wouldn't tell you where I'm from. For what? What I'm a benefit? All I could do is lose. There ain't no benefit in it. So it's only positive and negative. So if ain't nothing positive gonna come to it, what's left? It's gonna be something negative. That's TMI. TMI is too much information. You know what I'm saying? It's like we used to say in the back in the day. None yo. And that's period. If you leave America, go to Canada, the same way. It don't matter where. This apply wherever in the world. when you go, you just want to be a person. When they meet you, you just want them to meet a person. You don't want all that extra. Like I don't want them to meet Chicago. I just want them to meet Pharaoh. But if they meet Pharaoh and Chicago, that's too much. That's why sometimes when they want to hate on you, they'll ask you, "Where you from?" See, that's a setup. I learned that from my Trinidadian brothers. They would never tell nobody where they was really from. Sometimes white people say, "Where you from?" They would say, "Nigeria." I said, "Why you tell them I'm from Nigeria?" They like, "Man, never tell nobody where you from. Tell them anything, but don't give them no real information." I said, "That's deep." They did look like Nigerians though, but they was like, I learned that like in my young 20s from Kachba and I Roots. They taught me that. They would say they was from Africa. I'd be listening. You know what I'm saying? I'd be listening and learning. Up to Trinidadians, they would never really tell nobody where they from. They felt like as long as people didn't really know where they was from, uh, they could avoid problems. They look just like Africans. It's my boy Ja Roots right here. They would always say they was from Nigeria. He would always say from Nigeria, but they was from Trinidad. But they like if somebody get mad at them, they'll say go back to Trinidad, go back to Nigeria. But they ain't from Nigeria, so it keep the other person don't know what's going on. They don't want nobody to know what's going on. They don't want nobody to know where they from. They ain't none of your business. They the ones taught me that. They would never tell nobody where they from. I'm telling you. They didn't wear nothing say Trinidad. They didn't have no Trinidad stickers. They didn't wear no Trinidad colors. They said, nah man. They said, don't ever do that. They taught me, said I was young, I used to listen to, brothers would be older than me. They might be 3, 4, 5 years older than me, but they still my elders. They would tell me, don't let nobody know you from Chicago. That ain't none of their business. They said preferably try to make sure they don't even ask you. But if they do ask you and you stuck and you got to give them an answer, give them the wrong answer. I was like, damn, that's deep. You know what I'm saying? They said, don't really try to make it where they ain't ask you nothing. But if they just got you cornered and asked, give them the wrong answer because you don't know them. That ain't none of their business. If you're a black immigrant and you come here, talk like a black American, act like a black American, and tell them you're a black American. I'm telling you. Stop trying to be a proud whatever. You're going to lose like that. Work on your accent and be like you're a black American. Don't go to none of that island shit or where you from. Don't go to that shit, I'm telling you. And tell your people, we got to stop having these Nigerian parties and stuff. We got to stop doing that. When we have our parties and people come, we should look like black Americans. If you smart, don't say I didn't tell you. You smart, you from Africa, you want to have a party, make sure your party look like it's black Americans. Now, if you want a party and really let loose and do your culture, do it in a house. Make sure nobody don't see it. Because you just marking yourself out. Where they from? They from here. Now, all the time. Oh, Them Ghanaians over there. Them Ghanaians over there. Them Ghanaians over there. See what I'm saying? If they thought you was a black American, they would keep saying that shit. They wouldn't say nothing. But now that they know you Ghanaians, now they gonna be hating. Anything you do, you a Ghanaian did it. See what I'm saying? Like how white people do black people. What happened when you black and you move in an all white neighborhood? You can't hide what you is, right? And how they treat you. They treat you everything because you black, because you black, because you black. That work for different countries too. I just give y'all a little game, like stop bragging on your country like that. Yeah, they want to brag on their country. But when you brag on your country, the reaction of everybody is get out. They ain't gonna honor that like that. That's why white people don't do it. Y'all notice white people don't do that. White people stopped doing that in the 50s. Tell me I'm lying. White people used to, they stopped doing it. You ain't gonna see no white people with no Italian flag, no Italians with no Italian, nothing. Tell me I'm lying. Show me some white Americans with German, Italian, or whatever they. No, you ain't gonna see that. I'm telling you. I know some gangsters, and they don't let nobody know where they from. Because I asked him, I said, where you from? He said, I don't really like tell people where I'm from. I said, oh. He said, well, I'll tell you, I'm from Croatia. I think he was from. Like right next to Italy. He said, people think I'm Italian. I just leave it like that. It's none of their business. I said, damn. He said, it's none of their business. I said, that's deep. You know what I'm saying? You don't see white people uh you don't see them if they got a flag, they're gonna have a US flag. Unless it's like St. Patrick's Day, but St. Patrick's Day in Chicago, you see all that green stuff, but they ain't even Irish. They just getting drunk. So that's that, y'all. That's what's going on with the birthright citizenship. I'm gonna have to come back and talk about that. They's trying to stack people over here. America's got money going everywhere to wars, to all kind of immigrants stealing money. The politicians are stealing money. And I don't think no money's coming back in the system. I think we're looking at not such a great future. Where they gonna get all this money from? But the news gonna be crazy with this situation and with the fake doctor's degrees on top of the Haitians, whew, and the weather. I mean, if you can't take a lot of stuff, don't watch that stuff. It might affect your stress levels. So if you can't take that, don't watch no lot of news the rest of this summer and probably through the winter. Watch something else because the news is gonna be kind of stressful. Anybody could see it. It's gonna be kind of stressful. So America's gonna be trying to figure out how to get that money back. They're gonna find out where the money's at. And once they find out how much money went there, they're gonna rob them people. And be like, okay, so many of y'all came over from China and played that game. Okay, China, this gonna cost you this in the dough. They're gonna get that money back. They're gonna make them countries pay that money back that they people stole by hook or by crook. But that's just crazy. So much money is going to children in foreign countries, like trillions. That's crazy. So you can't get your Social Security, you can't get no type of welfare, no type of benefits. 'Cause all the money is going to people that ain't even Americans, like trillions and trillions of dollars, where these white politicians is drinking and partying and ain't nobody watching the books. You know what I'm saying? How so much money been getting sent over there for years? Who watching the books? Like nobody? Just let that sink in. They had a restaurant and many up there with the Somalians. The restaurant only hold about 60 people. They was charging the government saying they was selling 2,000 plates a day, and a restaurant holds 60 people. 2,006 plates a day, like 6 days a week or something crazy, in a place that holds 60 people. I never really paid a lot of attention to Jamaica Independence Day. Really, I never really paid that much attention to it. They having parties and stuff like that. Man, I never went to it because technically Rastas was Africans. So when you see Rastas pushing they Africans, but then turning around and celebrate Jamaican Independence Day, it's like, bro, you all over the place. Is you an African or you is a Jamaican? Which one is you? You red, gold, and green, or you black, gold, and green? Wait, like you tripping me out. It's all over the place, you know. But I don't know why you would come to somebody else's country and celebrate Jamaican independence if your ass ain't in Jamaica. Go your ass to Jamaica and be independent. You look like a fool in America celebrating Jamaican independence. You look like a damn fool. What do America got to do with Jamaican independence? How you celebrate Jamaican independence, but you don't want to be home in Jamaica? They might as well never got no independence if you don't want to be there. How you flee your country but celebrating your country? Make that make some sense. Who's the Omar lady? Who is Omar? I don't know who that is. Oh, the lady up there. They gonna lock her up. Oh, she going to prison. And the white governor, he going Waltz. He going to prison. Watch. Yeah, how you gonna leave Jamaica, come up here, celebrate Jamaica independence, but you ain't in Jamaica? So why did you celebrate Jamaica independence? It really some foolishness. You should get deported. You're saying you wish you was in Jamaica. We should make that happen. See, this is where America got to change all that. You know what I'm saying? You can't if you want to come up here, you gotta function up here. The Somali lady. Yeah, I know you talking about with the head right. They locking her up. She going to prison. And Walt's going to prison too. Yeah, they going to prison. One thing about the feds, they ain't coming fast. So if you catch a Fed case, they ain't coming fast. And it works to their benefit because when they don't come fast, you relax. Like, oh, ain't nobody coming. And you keep doing stuff. And then they be surprised. But she going to prison. If all they looking for is her signature or any of that illegal money going over there. Because her history bad anyway from when they brought her over there. And all this marrying her brother or her cousin, whoever the hell that was, the way whole way she came over here, then she was with the one dude, then she was at the other dude, and then money been, she a crook. Allegedly, possibly. She possibly a crook. Tim Walsh, he going to prison. They gonna lock him up. When they come for him, they coming heavy. When they come back up there, they taking everybody. That's why somebody told me, they said, ICE said they going to postpone the raid. Yeah, ICE postponing the raid. You know why ICE is postponing the raid? Because they not finna do them old raids. They finna do some new raids. They got new trucks. They got new vehicles and all that. Yeah, they putting their war chest together. Yeah. They're not coming and doing the old raids. That's over with. When they pulled the little short guy out, what I got to do with Jamaica? I don't understand why you keep. I'm not no Jamaican, bro. Bro, I'm not no Jamaican. I'm born in Chicago. I don't give a fuck about Jamaica Independence Day, bro. What? Wait, I'm not a Jamaican, bro. I don't care nothing about Jamaica. No, I don't care nothing about Jamaica. Nothing. Zero. I don't fuck with Jamaica like that. I don't really deal with Jamaica. When I was around Jamaica, they were supposed to be Rasta. They were supposed to be Ethiopians. They said they was Ethiopian. Once I seen they was Jamaicans, that's why I stopped fucking with the Rastas. Rastas is supposed to be on the red, gold, and green flag, the Ethiopian flag. Once I seen they loved the Jamaican flag, I was done with them. I don't care nothing about Jamaica, bro. I never cared nothing about Jamaica. The reggae music we was listening to, they was singing about Africa. If they would have been singing about Jamaica, I wouldn't have listened to that shit. I don't care nothing about Jamaica. If they got independence while all the Jamaicans ain't in Jamaica. They coming with a whole new setup. They coming with new trucks, new everything. They got rid of the little short guy. They got rid of him when all them problems happened up there. This guy. They got rid of dude. Hold on. When they change dude, they changing the whole way they moving. They got rid of him. Bovino messed everything up. He didn't do it right. So they sat him down. He was border patrol. They put him out there, but he come out there with all them vehicles and everything, getting everybody hyped up, letting everybody know he coming. You know what I'm saying? While Tom Holman was fighting something they said he did wrong in the government. So they had Tom Holman chill, right? And they bought dude, but dude went up there and the lady got shot, and I think a dude got somebody else. It was a fiasco. So they pulled him off and they brought Tom back, Holman. But they not finna do it the way they was doing it under him. They not finna do that. And while they getting ready, right? While they getting ready, the Haitians is running. So they're like, well, we got time, let everybody scatter. right? So they're like, okay, they scattering, so we can take our time. But they taking their time because when they make this next hit, when they come back and start hitting, it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be real ugly. Oh yeah. Cause they already started. What they doing is they catching you by surprise now. They ain't giving you no warning or nothing. They not even catching you right outside your house. They letting you leave home. They letting you go and wait till you get to a gas station and they popping you left and right. And they not reporting how many people they grabbing. So while everybody thinking when ICE gonna get started, they might have then grabbed 5,000 people, but they not gonna tell you. Yeah, they not telling like they used to. By the time they tell you, they been already probably grabbed 30,000. But they doing all different procedures. They ain't saying nothing, they ain't making no noise or nothing. They're not making no noise. They just grabbing. They not making no more noise. It's ugly. They coming in silence this time. For real. Boy, they finna grab so many people, they throwing them in planes, they taking them to foreign countries. That's why a lot of Haitians got the hell out of here once they realized they made a deal with African countries and stuff to lock you up. Man, them people, they not playing, bro. They not playing. Between now and January, you'll see. It's gonna be a lot of changes, not just with them, and they getting everybody. Oh, they getting everybody. They getting group by group. Yeah, I heard an article on that today. They getting all the groups piece by piece. They're coming after the Africans big time. But they ain't making no, they ain't saying nothing. Look how they doing the Haitians. They ain't saying nothing. They ain't saying nothing. They just gonna come. Boo. The ones they want to help, they putting them monitors on them. I think they're the ones they gonna let stay. Well, it's finna go bad for the Haitians. They want to cut this population down by a good 7 million. They want 7 million, 8 million people out of here. I'm telling you. They want about 7, 8 million people out of here. They bring in like I'm bringing like 3 million whites, 3, 4 million whites. Then they got another 3 million that's gone that they could take their time and fill that in. But it's not no joke. And as far as being a criminal, hey, you don't want to do no crime this fall. It's so serious that they trying to arrest the dude here in Chicago that run the jail, run the Cook County jail. Yeah, the feds trying to arrest the head guy that run the Cook County jail. What's his name? Tom Dart. Yeah. Hey, they trying to, hey, feds threatened to prosecute Tom Dart. Hey, y'all think I'm playing, right? Look, look. I told you it's getting ugly. Look, Feds threatened to prosecute Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart if ICE can't access the jail. So ICE saying if you don't let them in there to grab them illegals, they locking his ass up. This breaking news, right? This breaking news, this today. Okay, this breaking news. They told the Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart, if you don't let us get them illegals out that jail, we locking your ass up. What y'all think about it? I told y'all, hey, I'm telling y'all the real. Look, federal officials who want immigration agents to detain and deport Cook County jail inmates have threatened Sheriff Tom Dart with prosecution if he doesn't give them access. Federal agents looking to detain and deport Cook County jail inmates, right? Letters hand delivered to Dart's office in July sent a clear message that U.S. immigration and customs enforcement agents want access to people being detained in the jail. Dart denied the request and so far has not been prosecuted, but the threats are the clearest signal yet that the U.S. Department of Homeland Security wants to take people into custody in a less public way than unfolded in 2025 during Operation Midway Blitz. See what I'm telling you? They want to get them smooth. During Operation Midway Blitz, thousands of people were arrested. The National Guard waited in the wings, and body-worn cameras became a requirement for agents. So yeah, they trying to grab the Cook County head sheriff, Tom Dart. Oh my soul, it's getting ugly. He don't want to give them access because it's illegal. So Tom is in the catch-22. If Tom get him up, he breaking state law. So Tom Dart say he ain't want to break state law. So he rather just let the feds come and do what they gonna do. Because it's illegal for Tom to do that. It's illegal. So it's like one agency is crossing the line with the other agency. The feds wrong because the feds ain't supposed to ask the Cook County Sheriff to break the law. How y'all gonna ask him to break the law? That's against the law. That's against the law. He can't do that. He can't do that. Ain't that crazy? Hey, that's crazy. Tell me that's not absolutely crazy. Like it's really against the law. It's against state law. So the Cook County Sheriff is saying, I can't do that. It's against the law. See what I'm saying? The state gets sued for that. A lot of money. He ain't lying. It's against the law. You can't do it. You asking a state official to break state law for the government, for the federal government. He like, I can't do that. Hey, Southern Breeze, you cannot make this stuff up. You can't make this up. You tell me that ain't crazy. But they coming for these tethers. Y'all talk about tethers, these real tethers. These tethers. Okay? It's getting ugly, y'all. I'm gonna keep y'all informed. Y'all stay positive. Thanks for watching. Much love and respect for the support. Make sure you support the channel and be ready. If you ain't getting notifications, then hit the notification bell and then hit it again. I respect y'all. Love the support. Y'all the best. And keep your head on a swivel because it's getting crazy. All right, don't get no realer than this. Ah ah.